So let's see what MTASHED has to say about Duet Night Abyss. Alright, Duet Night Abyss.
Hey everyone, MTASHED here, and tonight I want to make a video on Duet Night Abyss.
Okay.
The servers are kind of falling apart right now, so I don't really want to play much more. I want to discuss, is this game any good? Is this game popping off? What am I...
Uh-oh. Is the game popping off, guys? Is it popping off, guys?
Over thoughts. It looks a lot like Wuthering Waves to me. Very visually similar. I was like, oh, yo, is that Shorekeeper?
Damn, Shorekeeper.
The world looks like pretty good. Graphically,
Damn, it's loading already. Uh-oh. It's loading already.
I'm fine with it. It's a mixture of First Descendant, Warframe, Wuthering Waves. It's a looter shooter that is very similar to those games. So similar.
True.
That you could even say that there may be a little bit of plagiarism. Yeah, like a little bit of plagiarism.
Okay.
You know, even unlocking a door has the same unlocking mechanic as Warframe. Like literally identical. But
oh, is he talking about the pattern that turns around? That one copies from Warframe, is it? That one I'm not sure, right? I thought like it's just a simple puzzle. But if that's going to be an issue that's copying from Warframe, then you know, perhaps Warframe should sue them or something. But I'm not sure if they could, right?
Sometimes you take in some of these other games and you take inspiration and then you make it better.
Inspiration, true.
But is this game better than what is already on the market?
Is it better?
Or is it just an anime paint job on a inferior product?
Wow.
Let's have a little chat. Okay.
Okay.
I think that they made a gacha game and then they converted it. And it's super apparent because there's so many little chests and little...
They did make a gacha game because in the beta the gacha was there, right? Maybe MTASHED didn't play the beta, but in there's multiple different betas, right? But definitely in the beta the gacha was there. The gacha system was literally there. This girl was supposed to be a standard character, 5-star by the way. And then they completely removed rarities from the game. They completely removed the entire gacha system, right? Which I was quite surprised because it was quite a short time, right?
Things you need to do, little
so everything
mini games.
Else, the system is still there, definitely.
But that gates your progression. If you don't do some of these things, eventually you're not going to be high enough level to level up your gear and your weapons. Because you can't level up your characters and your weapons and stuff just by grinding. You have to ascend them. And you can't ascend weapons if you're not a high enough rank. But
he's level 20.
The other problem is they have the same kind of gacha systems where to level up particular weapons and particular characters, you need to get seemingly regional pieces of loot. And I hate that. I really hate that. Warframe can be very obscure and can do that as well. And First Descent, like... I understand that you're going to need different materials to level different things, but I worry, is this just going to be a worse looter shooter because there are still gacha vibes?
Because of the vibes. Yeah, I'm not sure, right? Is this a thing to get upset about, that there's the materials thing? He hates everything. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, right? Why is it a issue, right? Why farming different materials for different characters? Why is that a problem? I don't get it.
First Descendant, if you want to grind up your gun, if you want to grind up all your mods, you could just go slam and grind and farm and do it. And you just get the materials and there's no problem. But I'm already starting to worry, like, oh god, am I gonna start getting gated because I refuse to go climb that mountain and get a chest? If you look at the...
he's trying to say that, he might be afraid that certain things might be, you know, might prevent him from progressing in terms of the character's strength, right? I'm not sure if that's actually the thing, right? Every game is like that, right? But yeah, that's like one thing to...
You've got different melee weapons, and they're cool. There's
sure,
very different builds and very
cool.
different styles. I'm sorry about the servers. This is like a much faster kind of spear glaive type weapon. It felt very different from the sword versus the two-handed sword versus the daggers. That's good.
Every weapon feels very different.
I've got a regular gun here, and you know, this is like an automatic weapon, but also 2 seconds into the game, I got a flamethrower.
Damn,
so, like,
flamethrower.
I see the potential here of like the power fantasy, the fun factor. I can see what they're trying to cook. You've got the different characters with their different abilities.
What are they trying to cook?
I don't think anything here is necessarily terrible or bad or wrong or anything. It is anime Warframe. It is anime First Descendant. But is this game going to be worth your time? Is it going to be worth playing over some of the other options that are out on the market? And I don't necessarily have that answer, but so far while I'm playing it, I have felt it is undercooked.
Undercooked.
The movement mechanics, like the jumping, the climbing, I am phasing through things. It's like the physics aren't there. In combat, I'm trying to slice and trying to dice. I'm trying to use my melee, and it's just missing.
Okay, if he's comparing to Warframe, then I would say it's fair that he's saying that, right? Because let's be honest, Warframe is a very old game, right? Like, you are comparing a game that just came out with Warframe that's been out for like 10 years, right? First Descendant has also been out for, I think, like 2 years. Is it 1 year or 2 years? I don't know, right? Like, has been out for a little bit. Like, those games definitely do have more potential to cook over time, sure, right? I can see where he's coming from if you're talking about some of the animations. Yeah, it's not like an MTASHED thing, right? I've heard a lot of other players say that as well. If you compare the animations to Warframe 1 has like more momentum and stuff, right? All over, like when you zoom around and when you dash around, right?
My abilities are missing. You can target some enemies. They show you in one of the boss fights. You can target enemies. Some enemies you can't target. It won't let you target them. And then you use your ability and you fly over top, and it feels terrible. And
oh yeah, that do happen sometimes.
I in 5 hours or 4 hours or 3 hours, I thought I would fight something that was like a threat. I fought a boss. It had multiple armor pieces, and you had to break down. I was like, oh, here we go.
He's gonna compare to Elden Ring. He's gonna say he didn't get one-shotted, right? I think he's gonna say it.
And I one-shot it. I killed it instantly. And I have another buddy that he's playing, and he's a little bit further ahead, and he's just skipping everything, all the story. And he has yet to fight anything. And here's the crazy thing.
Okay.
Is in a lot of these gacha games,
it's too easy, right?
I feel like there's too much story.
I
have jumped in it. I'm a twin who has lost my memory in a new world. I came here. I don't know how I got here. Everyone realizes I'm super powerful. I feel like it's the same story in all these gacha games.
Damn,
it's
same
like
story.
5% different in all these gacha games.
5%, only 5% difference.
They have been.
Is it true? Every story is only 5% difference. 95% similarity. Wow.
Apping so much.
Okay.
Like, it is crazy how much story there has been already, and how much downtime there is in between fighting, and how much time there is doing all the different systems and all the different things. Like, I feel like I'm just getting told and tutorialed and talked to, and then I go fight something, and it's like it instantly dies. Everything just instantly dies.
It's too easy.
It's like, oh, MTASH, you're easy. In the first 3 or 4 hours of the game. Nothing should kill you or be a threat. They did a tutorial for a fire trap, and you could stand in the fire trap for 48 seconds before dying. It's like, well, who cares about this trap? It's a little square on the ground.
Okay.
Just move out of it. It does 3 damage per 10 seconds. Like, it's crazy.
Damn.
There has to be some sort of threat. There has to be some reason to get stronger.
True.
And I even jumped in. There's like a testing area I can't even remember how I got into the testing area.
I'm not sure what is he talking about at the beginning.
I'm seeing if I can find it. I don't remember where it was. Anyways, I loaded into it and I spawned in enemies that were level 60 when I was level 20. They're tripling me in level, and I killed them. I killed them easily, and it was like,
so the game is too easy.
Okay, that's fine. But then it got me thinking. If I look at all the content in the game right now, like if I go into the combat missions that I can go into, it won't let me load into a lot of the different missions. Like I genuinely can't load into them because I'm not high enough level.
Yeah.
And so
you have to slowly grind that, right?
I can't go into like level 50 stuff or level 60 stuff
because
I'm not high enough level.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be like Elden Ring, right? Even if the game is not Elden Ring, it's supposed to feel like Elden Ring, because you have to. I think like what he's saying is the game should be more difficult, right? I'm not sure how difficult does this kind of games need to be, though, right? Like, yeah, I'm not sure, right? If it's too difficult, won't it filter more players away? I don't know.
But I know that I can kill level 60 mobs like relatively easy, right? With not a finished build, not even close to a finished build. So it's like, well, when I unlock this, I'm gonna be able to one-shot it even harder and harder. And like, unless things drastically change,
your Elden Ring?
There will never be a moment where like anything's a threat. And in Warframe,
I think in most gacha games, right, it's just that's how it is, right? Because like even if in Genshin or Wuthering Wave, a lot of it is like the focus is always on the damage rather than the threat of the boss, right? One-shotting you. Usually the focus is more on the damage. You want to like try to beat. That's why there's usually like a timer, right? There's like you have to clear this stage within like 1 minute 30 seconds. You have to clear this certain stage within like certain period of time, right? Usually that's going to be the focus. It's you're trying to get more damage rather than building survivability, right? Like I feel like that's going to be how it is. That's why a lot of the end game you want like strong DPS characters, etc, etc.
And in First Descendant, a lot of the mobs are trash mobs. They are. But there are bosses that are really tough. And so maybe that is the thing, is like, I'm going to have to put 20, 30, 40 hours into playing and getting to all these harder bosses, and that's when something might actually hurt me or kill me, right?
Okay.
So, I don't know on that factor about the difficulty, but I'm worried about that. The other thing is, there's
does he play Wuthering?
And I haven't tested this myself, but one of my buddies who was playing, there seems to be some scaling issues in multiplayer. So when you load into multiplayer and you're playing with everybody, the enemies don't do any damage to you. Like it's like they can't kill you.
I haven't tried multiplayer
but they scale up the HP, so everything is like a bullet sponge. And apparently multiplayer is just a worse experience than solo. And so a lot of people like to jump into a call, hack and slash, vibe with their friends. They grind everything out, and they do it together on a voice call. It's like a good time. But apparently multiplayer is miserable. And so maybe that gets patched. Maybe that's another thing. And again, I haven't experienced that, but that's something I heard from a trustable source. So
miserable.
I'm not feeling like, honestly, the servers are down, and I'm like, oh, whatever. I don't really care. You know, like when I played the First Descendant, I grinded. Like when I started playing Warframe, I was like, oh, I want to do another mission. I want to get stronger. I want to keep going. Playing this, don't worry about the damage. Whatever. I don't really care. I honestly don't know. I don't know if I would make guides on this game. I could make guides. Like,
he's gonna quit already.
There's a lot of knowledge. I could show you how to do 2 times more damage or 10 times more damage. I could show you how to get these demon wedges, which are passives, and get more attack
demon wedges
and
are
crit
very
rate.
important.
And should I do crit damage? I just don't know. I don't know if you need it, but also I don't know if I am enjoying the game enough.
Damn. So it's not it.
I don't know.
Duet Abyss is not
just personally feels like a cheaper product than some of the other games that are out there. And like, I don't love Warframe visually, and that's one of the reasons I don't play it long term. I just don't like the look of it. And the first Descendant, I feel like, was a little bit undercooked as well. I feel like this type of game, you know, maybe also just isn't for me long term. And so maybe I'm coming into it and I'm like, I just don't know if I love it. But I've played a lot of video games in my life, and like when I'm phasing through the terrain and like falling off of things,
it's
and
free
like
if you compare to Elden Ring.
My attacks aren't registering, and it doesn't feel good to play.
Okay.
That's a problem, and it's very noticeable in this.
To be fair, his server is like lagging every few seconds, right? I'm not sure how his experience must have been quite miserable, actually, if you think about it, right?
Game for me, it just genuinely doesn't feel good. I haven't had a moment where I've had any fun. I just haven't. I'm skipping through the story because like I was reading the story and I was like, it's been 40 minutes. I haven't fought anything in 40 minutes.
Is it that long?
And I started skipping,
minutes?
And it was another 15 minutes of skipping, and it's like, dude, like, and then I fight stuff and it instantly dies. And you know, I've played Diablo and Path of Exile, and I blow up waves and waves and waves and waves. Like I'm murdering the entire screen. And you know, I understand power fantasy, but I don't feel like I should be this powerful like 2 seconds in. And in Path of Exile, there's bosses that can essentially one-shot me if I don't learn the attack patterns, and it's like there's a reason I'm farming all this easy stuff to get better gear to fight those bosses, you know, like. And again, maybe that is here. Maybe that is in this game. But, you know, do I want to play 10 more hours or 15 hours or 20 hours to get there? Like, I'm worried about that. I'm worried, like sitting there, like, am I going to have any fun? Because currently I don't know. I think that the game is undercooked.
Undercooked, all right.
I think that they have a lot of systems here that feel like they are gacha
That's
systems.
how it is.
And then they tried to convert, and they've done a pretty good job.
Okay.
And I see the vision, but, you know, did it make their game worse? Did it make their game just not what it could have been?
Did he say that removing the gacha made the game worse? Oh, hard to say for sure, right? Because the game never actually had a chance to release with gacha system. Now you take that out, like, yeah, it's going to be hard to compare that, right?
But we'll see.
The server looks cool.
I'm going to play more. I just can't right now. I literally can't run around. I will do an update. I will do an update, you know, tomorrow, maybe the next day after I put in more time.
Okay.
As long as the servers stabilize. But
that's how it is.
Tonight was disappointing.
Disappointing?
So I don't have much more to say. I don't want to get into like every single minutia of like all the systems and everything. It's essentially just anime Warframe or First Descendant. Like, it's copy and pasted. Some of it's like, and again, like
some people might like that.
You had 2 games to copy, and
yeah,
like some of the
like
characters are kit-wise like 1-to-1. They're like the exact same kit. It's literally copied, and so it's like, if you're doing that, then you'd better make a good game or like a better game. Like you got the blueprints here, just follow them, you know. And so
the gunplay is
when it comes out like
miserable.
this, I just kind of feel like you made a cheap product. I just
Damn.
It's hard to be impressed. It's hard to be like, oh wow. I say these things and then I just feel like I'm a jerk. Like, do I just hate gaming? No, I don't. I've really enjoyed Chaos Zero Nightmare. Arc Raiders is coming out in 3 days.
That's good.
I cannot wait for that game. I'm texting my buddy all the time. I'm so excited for Arc Raiders.
Cheap. Yeah, it feels cheap,
I think
man.
it's a good game. The sound design, the visuals, it's an incredible experience. Some of these games just suck. I think they just fucking suck. So, yeah. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that this is the worst.
I think you gotta give the game a little bit of chance.
Spoiled milk take ever, and this game pops off and everyone loves it. But
we'll see. They are free games.
I'm worried about it. That's it. See you later.
Bye-bye. Okay, what do you guys... Oh crap, what did I click on? Okay, what do you guys think though? What do you guys think of MTASHED's review?
Hey everyone, MTASHED.
I think some solid points here and there, right? He does experience quite a number of loading here, loading there, loading halfway, right? But at the same time, yeah, there's a lot of things that I feel like a little bit of an unfair comparison here and there as well. I'm not sure about Chaos. He compared a lot to not Chaos, First Descendant, right? First Descendant, when it first released, I heard it was quite buggy as well. I did play it a little bit as well, but my PC couldn't handle it back then. I can't really remember the specifics, but that's like one game that I remember, you know, was one of the few that also has some issues at launch. But I think DNABYSS is not too bad. It doesn't have like crazy... That server thing is annoying, but, you know, maybe it's just like for a short period of time they fix it afterwards, right? I remember, doesn't CZN has that as well? Remember when we were rerolling when the server first came out, and then there was quite a lot of issue where you have to like suddenly stuck and then had to wait for a bit. They fixed it about 2 or 3 hours in eventually, which is good. But there's always going to be this server launch issue with the server and stuff. As long as they can fix those things and then make the game playable, I think that's the one that's important, right? But yeah, that's MTASHED review, man, for you guys.